Hello, hi there, Pisces. Hope that you're all lovely, gorgeous, and well. This is your love horoscope for March 2019. If you watch me the first time, my name is Bella, and most people know me as Bella, the Secret Psychic. And that being said, I don't do tarot cards. This is a psychic reading. I link in with my spirit guides, and that's how I do all my readings. If you'd like to know more about me and my services, all the links are just down below. Most of you know I don't like to just ramble on. I will just jump straight into your reading, and here we go. I have to say it's slightly complicated because I need to kind of split this into kind of two sets of Pisceans a little bit. So there are Pisceans as we go into this retrograde season where a blast from your past will want to come in to try to interrupt the relationship that you are already in. So if you're Piscean that's very loved up, happy in a relationship, you've got somebody from your past who's going to wink at you, wave at you, bump into you, contact you, call you, declaring their love, declaring how sorry they was, how they've realised many things, and wanting to speak their truth about it because it's been bothering them. And this for them feels like it's a time, and it would be, I don't know, spurred on because the retrograde energy will do that sometimes. And for some of you that will be very cathartic because you'll be like, thank you, but no thanks. And some of you, I do get it's a real problem because you may, I guess some of you worried that that person's going to try to, because it's not, and I have to say your worry is founded because it feels like it's not only that they are telling you this, it feels like they have intentions of trying to split you up, which might, for some of you, depending on the character of that person, means that they are inclined to say something to your other partner, even if that means I love her or him and I want them back, just to cause a bit of friction or to be seen as messaging you and making it quite profound so that your partner would question what's going on. There is that. And I get some of you feeling very, very much like, worried, well, having to think about whether you want to be with that person. I don't know, like, I think there'll be a very small number of you because most of you seem loved up in your current partnerships. If you're single, I still expect that to be true. And I think the way that it would impact you is that your mindset will be different. It would have been very, very much away from that person and you will be looking to move on and then have them slip back in just when you're in a different headspace. You don't want them anymore or you got over them. Now it's making you question it a little bit. I've been noticing this theme, but very, very in line with retrograde energy. So that's one set of Pisceans, and it comes out again fairly early on in the month, first couple of weeks. You have to kind of confront this or deal this. It's going to speak to you. They want to speak their truth, but it's going to get you, my guides are saying, to also examine your own truth about where your heart now lies, and for you to really examine that and make your choices based on that. Personally, because I don't like the way that this person's energy is almost like there was a reason you split up, okay? And also the fact that this person might be inclined to try to get your current partner to be upset with you. You know, that's not very good quality, really, is it? So that should give you a bit of a hint, guys, about whether that person really is right for you. But the truth will really be what you feel and to go with it. So examine that. Now, the other set of Pisceans, some Pisceans where you are in a relationship, again, where you feel it's very, very loving, it's the other way around. Dare I even say that you learn the truth that they are not being completely faithful to you. Because I get some of you some heartache because you find out there's a third party. Again, that's the most extreme of it, but again, it could be the other way around where again your partner's had a love interest come back in declaring their love, wanting them back, and that person is trying to make you aware that they are present and wanting your partner. It could be as mild as that. So it doesn't mean that your partner's in the doghouse, but you might see it that way. But I also have to say there is going to be a small number of you where actually they are fully in the doghouse. They have accepted that it's been going on for a while and you learn the truth of it. So all in all, Pisces, There is triangle situations going on. It's either you, somebody else is coming in and you need to decide, or it's your partner coming in and they need to decide, or worst case scenario for some Pisceans, they were already in it anyway and you're finding out. And it all feels like it all happens, like I just get this a bit of a whirlwind. Your brain is like all over the place because it's like everything happens really fast and it feels a bit over the top, if I'm being honest with you. But again, I've been saying this in many videos, feels very, very much like retrograde energy. It likes to whip up a frenzy of craziness with the emotions with people, and this is what seems to be playing out for you guys. Sorry to be the messenger, but that's what's happening. And for majority of you, it's about dealing with the needs or the wants of somebody else, but also with the caveat that, again, whatever scenario happens, the fact that that person wants to sour the waters to make it to their advantage just shows you the caliber of that person anyhow. Does that make sense? And the fact of the matter, if you happen to be the Piscean where your partner is 100% cheating, the reason you find out is because that person tells you. Because it's in their makeup. They want to cause trouble because they want what they want. And that's how you learn the truth, where it's that circumstances. So you'll be in no doubt about what's going on. If they are fully having an affair, this person will say, we've been having an affair for the last few months. I thought I should tell you, and here's the evidence. If they just want your partner, then they will do things like go to them first and say, I want you back, or I miss you, or I want to say sorry. And then we'll do something like, I don't know, show up somewhere and dress scantily, or, you know, or message them publicly on their social media profile with something really profound and loving, so that you will go, what the heck? Why are they doing that? Do you see what I mean? They want you to know. It's all a bit like that. And the same would be true the other way around. So if somebody's come to you declaring their love and apologising, you do need to watch what they do next to highlight it to somebody else. Again, like I said, if you're single, it feels like you do have, the very least, you have to face this person who doesn't want you to move on. They want you to come back to them. And I think the only caveat of you being single is that you don't have the influence of having somebody else. But however, as I say that, my guides are saying here, but yeah, they can still do it around like your friends and your family, because perhaps your friends have a problem with them and they want to make their presence known, if that makes sense. So you're dealing with somebody who wants you back, but I'm not entirely convinced that they're the right person for you, or you know what, but whatever it is, somebody wants to speak their truth. You're being asked to examine your truth. You're going to learn the truth. It's all about the truth. Big time, Pisceans. And it, you know, if for the first couple of weeks it does feel like it slightly rocks your world a little bit, considering you're slightly harmonious creatures by nature, this is not necessarily what you've been seeking to have to deal with in this month, but unfortunately it is what I see. Forewarned and forearmed, as they say. My God, I'm trying to just because I'm getting fire signs and water signs, particularly being the energies that are coming in and that you have to deal with. It's too complicated for me to break it down in a very general sense because I'm getting way too much detailed information. But those are the two signs to kind of watch out for coming in. Feels like the fire signs who do this are much more problematic than the water signs, but they equally feel it's just messy a little bit. So I'm trying to see what happens next. It's so much. I'm trying to break it down. Most of you know who do this. I just do one take, and it's trying to give you the best information. They're saying here, the first couple of weeks, it's definitely decision ties. They're not advising that you drag it out any longer than that. In no matter what scenario is, you either staying, going, sticking, resolving, that it does all feel fast, and it feels like it needs to purposely be fast. I feel that a lot of you would find it very, very hard to drag this out, but they're also not recommending that you drag this out. The decisions need to be made quite quickly to patch things or for you to move forward. It does seem to bring a slight vibration of sadness, probably because of the way that it impacted. Probably again, if you're the one that's unfortunately been cheated on, then of course that would be very obvious why you'd be depressed. But I think for some of you, I think it's if you've chosen to go with that new person, then there'd be a bit of sadness because you've had to let somebody down. If you don't go with that person, then there's still a bit of sadness because they came and interrupted something good. That's probably the best way, but it feels that all of this feels quite normal. And you know what, I have to say that if you do, so if you're the Piscean, actually it doesn't matter, either or situation. If you're the Piscean where they come to you and you're like, no thank you, I'm in a really good place, I've got a great partner, no thank you. And even if you're the Piscean where that other person's coming into your partner and your partner's like, no, I'm with somebody, no, I have to say they still feel like they have got sour grapes and that they still want to badger you a little bit, or dare I say it, looking for an opportunity. Like I get them, like they might go silent, but I get them plotting and looking around how they can get you back. Slightly stalker energy, not in the dangerous sense, but just in the kind of like let it go and you're not letting it go. And that might have something to do with perhaps you were too polite in the way you said no. Think about that now. Or again, it's this kind of, what I don't like about their energy is they're kind of like they want to be disruptive. They want to be destructive in you not being with somebody else, or you seeing them as being the one that you should be with. And so it feels to me that albeit they may be gone, they'll be back. May not be the next month, but they'll be back. And it's something for you to be aware of. Sometimes when I do these readings, it's so that you can be forewarned, forearmed. Sometimes it's so that you can perhaps adapt the way that you may challenge somebody, or your force in the way you verbally communicate with them. And I think on this occasion, if you are wanting to not be with this person, you'll have to be incredibly forceful in your tone to them to make it incredibly clear. Leaving them with any sense of hope would be just letting them come. It will cause problems in your current relationship. If you're single and this has happened, the same again would be true, that they seem to go away only temporarily, but they'll be back also as well. So please bear that also in mind. Like, I feel a little bit like I'm slightly over exaggerating some of the point on this, but I think it will feel over exaggerated because you're in retrograde energy. I think, like Pisceans, I don't normally read for you in this way. You normally have a pretty good time. It's about to change a little bit, Pisceans, so just hold on to your horses, as we say in Britain. It's a bit of a bumpy ride coming up. The best advice I can give you over this matter is to look for your inner truth in who and what you want when this happens. But also to recognize that if it is them that you do want, are you ready to handle those kind of negative or controlling behaviors that they are displaying? Something to think about. I think most of you it will be a no. But if it is a yes for some of you, like, super be careful. Anyway, lovely people, I hope that's been helpful. If not interesting, I will be back again next month to find out what happened next in your love life. I do hope that's been helpful. If you need me to break that down for you in a personal sense, because it's slightly a deep one and it depends on your specific circumstances, then you can have a private reading. The link is just down below, and all my readings start from as little as $4.99. So take care, everybody, and I'll be back again next month. Take care. Bye.